Hey guys, it's Omer from MMOs.com. We'll do a quick third and final look video here for Lineage 2 Revolution, a free-to-play mobile MMORPG developed and published by Netmarble. Spend only 5 to 10 minutes running around checking this game out. Make comments if you guys do want to play Lineage 2 Revolution or just learn more about it. Do check the whole review on MMOs.com on the link below. I'm doing a third video for this because the game is actually incredibly popular and actually just launched officially in US and Europe a couple of days ago, and it's been pretty popular. They spent a lot of money marketing this game, obviously, and it is one of the higher budget mobile MMORPGs out there. Plus, it's been all over. It's literally been advertised everywhere, and I want to make some comments about this game. Personally, I'm not a huge fan as is, but it's also not the worst game I've ever played. So it's a bit of a mixed bag over there. I am playing this on the NOX Android emulator, which I've been using for pretty much all of my videos here on MMOs.com. This video is actually recorded on Nox as well. It's a free-to-play emulator, and I linked to it in the video description. It works really well. It's been working well for every game I've recorded with, and actually it's my favorite emulator out there. But anyway, let's go and get started right now. We're only level 24 in our character. We gotta find the furry, muscular guy. That sounds quite odd for my lolly character. I don't want to find the furry, muscular guy. He's gonna do things to me. And let's click skip over here. And oh, my inventory is full. I gotta actually use my gear real quick. We can change classes to Battle Mage or Sage at level 31 or level 24, but the game, one of my big concerns with this game is that it largely plays itself, and we'll go into that in a minute. First, we're going to upgrade some of our gear, so we can dump some of my loot over here. We're going to click Forge on this bad boy, and we're going to level it up, and we're going to click on a lot of our stuff, and it's going to go towards upgrading this bad boy. Upgrade, boom, cost 11,000, make my gear better. Basically, all the trash loot you get in this game you can use to upgrade your current gear, and you get other goodies. The Staff of Life got upgraded. Let's get back out of this menu. We can upgrade this bad boy as well. Forge this, and click on a lot of this stuff. Let's go. That stuff stacks. Let's get rid of this stuff. My inventory is way full of nonsense. But you can upgrade pretty much everything you get in game, and we need to unload our bag slots a bit over here. So let's go get rid of some of this stuff, and boom, it costs 20k, and it's going to be quite a bit stronger now. My gear over here, and now we can go jump back to doing our quests. So about this game, some pros and cons, obviously. Cons right away, a lot of it is automated, and I'm pretty surprised a lot of it is automated because they do have this wide, persistent world. It's a legitimate like MMORPG world. It's not these it's not the instance areas like a lot of games like Heroes Incredible Tales do. You actually have a real persistent world in Lineage 2 Revolution, which is really cool. But unfortunately, so much of the game is automated. From basically the moment you start playing till at least like 5, 6, 7, 8 hours in that I've gotten up to, the game essentially plays itself. For questing, for using potions, for almost everything, the game really does play itself, which is a bit unfortunate. And it's weird that some of the stuff isn't translated yet either. There's some random Korean text over here. But the game did officially launch in the US and Europe. And this game makes an incredible amount of money. It made over like $150 million in South Korea on the launch month alone. This game probably makes more money than most of the real MMORPGs most of us talk about on the MMOs.com podcast and stuff. This game probably makes like close to $500 million to $1 billion a year, which again is quite a bit more than Final Fantasy 14. It's more than most MMORPGs besides maybe World of Warcraft. So now we're doing our quest, and we have to kill 9 of these skeletons, and our character's auto-attacking. And while the attack animations and everything are pretty decent, it just so much of the game feels automated. It's unfortunate because I feel like a game like this, if it had more actual hands-on gameplay, it would be a lot of fun actually. I do think mobile MMORPGs are missing quite a bit out there. What they're really missing, I think, is just a sense. You do have progression in this game, but a sense of progression, because when you're kind of auto-attacking anyway, it kind of takes away the meaning of leveling up, like when I get to level 31 I get a new job advancement, and I do think job advancements as a whole are really interesting concepts in MMORPG design, because it gives you these things to really look forward to. And again, we will auto potion in a moment as well. We're fighting some higher level things. If we want to, we can go grind some lower level enemies and get stronger. But right now we're killing these level 23s. But with job advancements, like you can always look forward to job advancements. Whether it was MapleStory, whether it was Ragnarok Online, almost any MMORPG I played, I actually really looked forward to job advancements because those were basically, big milestones to improve your character. Here, when you're largely not even playing the game, it kind of makes those milestones become a bit more meaningless. I mean, why should I look forward to this milestone when the milestone basically lets me kill things maybe a little bit quicker when it's all automated anyway? The power spikes you get in these games, in any MMORPG, should be meaningful. And I feel like when games like Lineage 2 Revolution automate so much of the gameplay, I really don't care at all when I get to that power spike, because I'm not playing the game anyway. I found myself, so much of my time spent playing Lineage 2 Revolution is basically leaving the game running on my second monitor, my third monitor, basically playing itself. I do play these games on PC. I mean, but if you play it on mobile as well, your actual mobile device, you leave it plugged in overnight, grinding enemies, and you can do that. You click on this auto button on the bottom over here. Your character will literally just grind enemies nearby. You'll just auto attack enemies over and over again, and it's a decent way to gain experience overnight when you're not doing anything else, or get gear, or get money. But I don't know. It feels almost like if you played games like Cookie Clicker, Clicker Heroes, those automated games, it feels like a more complex version of that for the most part. Now, I know that sounds very negative, and personally, Lineage 2 Revolution is not my cup of tea based on too much auto gameplay, too much of that. On the positive side, it is something you can play on the go. You can play it, you know, like the automated gameplay. Again, for some people it's a positive. For me personally, it's not. It's got a large persistent world, which I love. For me, it's really hard to get into an MMORPG unless there's a persistent world, and Lineage 2 Revolution at least has that going for it. You know, it's got you have instance dungeons, but I believe the worlds themselves are all persistent, which is cool. There are channels, of course, so as you can see in the top right, channels. There's PvP as well, but some of the PvP is asynchronous. If we go to the arena right now, it'll be asynchronous PvP, meaning we're basically fighting some guy that's offline and he's auto-attacking us, and we're basically auto-attacking him as well, but you can actually dodge if you want to. So some of the PvP is real time though, which is neat. And some of the dungeons, when you do them, there is actually, you know, autoplay. You know, basically the default easy mode dungeons, you have to do you can do an autoplay, but the other dungeons you have to actually run manually yourself. So if you can sink enough time into Lineage 2 Revolution, it does reach a point where the game eventually becomes something a bit more challenging. But you do have to get past all the autoplay stuff for that. And even after that fact, so much of the game is still spent autoplaying because the way you grind and the way you get resources is autoplaying as well. So that's kind of a big no-no for me personally. But I do think it is. You know, it's a more polished version of existing mobile MMORPGs we've had, and because it's Lineage, it's going to do really well, and it is doing really well. I'm just curious how much lifespan a game like this does have. I mean, it's already enormously popular in Asia, but for me, I'm more so looking forward to games maybe like RuneScape Mobile, which is bringing the RuneScape experience on PC to mobile, basically a one-for-one port. Or maybe even Lineage 2 M, which is NCSoft's mobile MMORPG they're working on, and they want to port Lineage 2 on the PC to mobile. Because they made Lineage 1M, which is actually a direct port of Lineage 1 onto mobile. So it's not just a game designed for mobile from the get-go. It's actually taking a PC game and bringing it to mobile and trying to keep the same systems intact. So we gotta actually dodge. We gotta actually run around and heal from this bat. This bat is wrecking us. My potion's going off cooldown. Boom, it's using automatically. You can move with the touch button over here. The cool thing about playing this on PC as well, you can play with WSAD controls, which is what I'm doing right now. And you can bind the keys however you want. I mean, for the most part, honestly, I prefer playing a lot of the mobile games on PC because I'm on PC almost all the time anyway. So a good Android emulator is solid. I've tried all of them, but from my experience, Nox generally works the best. Back to killing these random enemies as we're healing up. So while this is not my cup of tea, there's a lot of systems in place over here. There's a lot of things you can do because as you grind, you can upgrade every piece of gear. You get skill points, upgrade that as well. There's a lot to do, but it's so much of it just feels automated. And one thing that's kind of annoying too, if you look at the screen right now, like literally, I would say 75% of my screen is taken up by menu and UI elements, which is pretty frustrating. Just look how much of the screen is occupied by stuff. I can't even see the game. But fortunately, I guess the way the game is designed, you don't have to see that stuff anyway because it's because so much of the game is automated that you don't have to see what's going on because it's playing itself anyway. So none of that stuff really matters. So I mean, I think there's a market for these kinds of games, but it's just not for the hardcore audience. I do wish we'll see more like traditional PC MMORPGs on mobile though. Like, I want to see more MMORPGs I'm familiar with on mobile, and I think RuneScape Mobile will do that, and I think Lineage 2 M will do that, and I think we're going to see more mobile games that will eventually capture that. Just that we haven't just yet. Now we got to run around and heal again because these guys are hitting us pretty hard. But yeah, if I wanted to level up, and I can just leave myself auto killing weaker enemies non-stop over and over again by clicking that auto button in the corner. Let me show you some of the other upgrading stuff in a moment too. There's a lot of gotchas in this game as well, and given that it's a mobile game, I expect a lot of paywall, not walls necessarily, but a lot of pay-to-win elements. But I'll show you some of that in a moment. There's a lot of here we did this quest. Before we speak to Russell, let's take it easy. Get that reward. All right. But yeah, the game is getting harder in that if you want to do this stuff completely automated, you have to basically be at way higher level. But you can do that by leaving the game running, killing things elsewhere. But you know, or you have to pay attention and kind of move out of the way until your heal kicks in. But let's go look at the shop for a moment. For example, you can buy a lot of gotchas. It's like in a lot of hero collectors, you have to roll gotchas on characters and like 5-star heroes and stuff. In this game, you can get equipment boxes. So there's you get one a day for free, which I actually love to do this. This is actually one of the redeeming features of Lineage 2 Revolution. They do give freebies. So we get a random piece of loot from this rare loot box every single day. And if they didn't do that, it'd be kind of horrible. But they do it, so it's nice. So we got level 1, an A rank Staff of Life. Gotta get that S rank though. And you can get 10 of these if you want. You can buy these with rubies. Rubies are the in-game premium currency. These diamonds. They call it diamonds? What? These look like rubies. What are these called? Okay, can I click on these? Okay, well, apparently these are diamonds. They look like rubies to me. But, yeah. $45 for that. By the loot box. You can buy it both with this, the Cash App currency. You can pay money for these. Rubies you can get in game as well by doing quests and stuff. But they are pretty hard to get. You get luxury material. Basically, a lot of these loot boxes, you know, you can basically pay your way to really strong gear, all the crafting mats, all that stuff too. Which is again kind of you know, you can subscribe monthly for these. What? Monthly limit is 0 out of 1. There you go. These are so rare you can only buy them once in a while. But yeah, 91 bucks. But you can definitely pay for a lot of goodies over there. But the fact that you get one freebie is quite nice. I do like that a lot. So maybe it's a little less pay to win than some games, but so much of the gear you can unlock with premium currency. And let me show my skills as well real quick. Oh, we just picked up some rocks and gave it to him. Nice quest, bro. Episode cleared. So even though the game isn't a persistent world, it is episodic in a way that we completed 3-5, the Lonely Lady, and you get rewards for completing each episode of quests, which are basically just chain quests. So let me bust out my my shop, not my shop. Let me show my character sheet over here. Bust this out. See my skills when I find it. Am I blind? Character. There's so many menus over here too, so you can definitely get lost in these menus. So these require 30 SP. I only got 25 SP, so ripperoni me. I can't get that one. I get a point to Wind Strike. Level that up, and I'll gain more combat power. Everything's set to auto anyway. And I'll get my 2 other abilities likely when I get to level 31. I can get advanced in my next class. But personally, I mean, is it worth trying? Maybe. If you're open to mobile MMORPGs, give it a try. Only because it is one of the probably the most marketed mobile MMORPGs ever. You know, it's such a big game that maybe it's worth trying for you. It's not my cup of tea personally, but there's just so much. It's literally advertised everywhere. Whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on Pornhub, no matter where you're at, you're gonna see you'll be seeing ads for Lineage 2 Revolution. So because they spent so much money on it, and it's literally pimped everywhere, I say give it a try just for the hell of it, you know, and then uninstall if you don't like it, obviously. But it's something else. But if you like what you see and you want to give it a try, feel free. Personally, for me, it's a pass. But yeah, that is Lineage 2 Revolution. If you want to play it or learn more about it, do check out the full review on MMOs.com on the link below. Anyway, guys, later.